Good afternoon, folks. John Pastoric here on behalf of the Slate Run Tackle Shop. We're working on a video for the newsletter, and I thought this would be a good chance for me to catch up with an old friend, Izzack. I haven't seen Izzack much lately, so how have you been, Izzack?
I've been great, John. I've been great. I've been doing a lot of guiding, which I'm super thankful for, as well as some fishing here and there. And despite the spring we had with all the rain, right now it's prime right now, and fishing has definitely turned on as far as surface fishing goes. We're seeing flies, we're seeing a lot of slate drakes, Cahills have started, and very small blue wings. So people are catching a lot of fish, and the water, I mean, it's at a great level. I don't know if you can see the fish surfacing behind us, but we have two anglers behind us, and within the past 10 minutes they've landed 2 fish. So I mean, it's good.
And this is a typical evening. This is not set up. This is what it's been like on pond for the past couple of weeks, I think, since the water went down and cleared up. So this is a great piece of water. And so have you been doing any fishing on your own, or has it all been guided?
I have been. I've been spending more time on pine this year. Versus last year. Spent a lot of time up in the runs, but yeah, pine's it's been fun exploring for sure. And with the recent purchase of a boat, I've been able to fish and float in many sections that your typical angler wouldn't be able to walk to, or we've been hitting those sides that the typical walk wading angler wouldn't be able to hit. But by boat, we've been covering a good amount of water, been finding some really nice fish, and yeah,
I haven't seen the boat, but I saw pictures of it. So that boat is capable. You could float anywhere from through the canyon down to Hamilton Bottom and below, right?
Yeah. So I mean, the way the level is of pine, and the way it's been all spring, yeah, I've been able to float the majority of pine. It's big enough I'd be able to do like smallmouth trips out in the west branch of the Susquehanna, and been exploring some smallmouth here on Pine Creek, and it's been pretty sweet.
Now this is a great area, as you know, to fish, and we all love it. But tell me about Chile. I really never got to talk to you about Chile.
Yeah, so Chile, I didn't want to leave, John, but in a way it's great to be back in the Pine Creek Valley and north central PA for sure. But no, the 3 months that I spent in Chile, I'll never forget. I mean, just by far the most beautiful scenery that I've seen in my entire life.
Can you guide there still? Or are you okay to do that?
Yeah, yep, for sure. Yeah, it's very different water than what any stream that I've seen here in north central PA offers. Super big fish. And just like I said, the scenery, even if the fishing's slow, which there were some days, yeah, it was slow, but for the majority of the time it was really good fishing. But I mean, you just look back, almost like you do here. I mean, you can be out here fishing for 2 hours and not land a fish and still be satisfied with the area you're in, just looking around, seeing the scenery, the birds, and the landscape around it. I mean, it's a beautiful country, and the people are sweet.
So you'll be down there again in the winter with Outcast Anglers?
Yes, yeah. So Outcast Anglers, which is the company that teamed up with Slate Run Tackle Shop, and it's based out of Lamar. So Outcast Anglers teamed up with 180 Trout, with one David, we call him JD, and he does the 180 trout, and he's Chilean. So during the Chilean spring and summer months, he's down in Chile, and then during our spring and beginning of summer months, he comes back up here and guides in Pennsylvania. So he teamed up with Lance Wilt, who runs Outcast Anglers, and they started a little collaboration down in Chile, and it's a pretty sweet adventure.
Well, tell me about the collaboration of Outcast Anglers and Slate Run Tackle Shop here, and what you could do as far as guiding here, not only float trips but wade trips and tributaries. And
yeah, so it was prior to me leaving to Chile. Lance Wilt, we coordinated a thing with Tom and Deb about doing the guiding thing, my relationship with Tom and Deb, and my relationship with Lance Wilt. We made it work, and the good thing is that we're still in the Pine Creek area. We can guide on Pine Creek, Slate Run, Cedar Run, but we offer a lot of trips out in Clinton County, Center County, on Penns, and a variety of different water.
All those great central PA waters.
Yeah, all the limestoners.
Yeah.
When Pine Creek, as far as trout fishing goes, when Pine Creek, starts to turn into a smallmouth stream, which usually happens end of June. All them limestoners down there will stay pretty healthy and good temp to trout fish.
Isaac, with the water the way it's been here and the cooler temperatures, that may extend into July. We may be fishing pine.
Yeah, you might be able to fish pine July through August. I mean, we're getting some rain this week. Quarter inch here, half inch there, and that's definitely going to help out Pine Creek in the long run. People call and complain about the rain, but man, it's this time of year, I'm not going to complain about the rain.
Well, speaking of calling, I have a lot of people, especially when I'm hanging around at the fly shop, that say, hey, how do we get in touch with Izzack? Who books the trips now? Do we book them through Slate Run? Do we call Izzack? Do we call Outcast? How does that work?
Yeah, so if you were to just, if you or someone were interested in a guide trip day, half day, full day, float trip, whatever, you could call the shop. They obviously have my number. I'll probably be there for sure. If I'm not, just they'll put you in touch with me, and we can get something lined up for whatever water you're looking to fish.
And do you have available time still, or are you pretty booked up for the summer?
Yeah, no. So May was busy. June it's filling up, but after June, trout fishing to the general population seems to be, all right, pine's warming up. But, I mean, Slate Run, Cedar Run, and all the little tributaries in between, they'll stay cold. And, obviously if we get a couple more blasts of rain, Pine Creek's going to be fishable into July. Yeah, so bugs are bad.
Yeah, that's a good thing, though. Well, it's been great catching up with you, Izzack, and looking forward. Maybe you and I could get out fishing a little bit. But give us the general public, give us a good tip we could take and catch some fish tomorrow. What would be your best tip?
I would have a great assortment of rusty spinners.
Huh?
Small.
Rusty spinners.
Small, the ones you hate tying on.
What, 18s?
I'd 18s to 22s for sure. And for anybody who's like, oh, I don't fish stuff that small, I can't see it, a good tip, and it might be super obvious, but you take one of the bigger flies that are hatching now that you can see easily. So slate drake, a Cahill that you can see from 30-40 yards away, and then off the bend of that you tie your smaller fly. So that helps you get a good idea of the general vicinity that smaller fly's in. So if any rise forms are by the fly you can see, or if the fly that you can see goes under, something's on the end of that smaller fly that most people, even myself, have trouble seeing. So 5X for those smaller flies, the higher tippet you go, the way the water temp, and just if you fight the fish long enough, it's not good for the fish. So I rarely go above 5X. So if it fits through the eye of the hook, I'm fishing it.
Well, hey, that's good. Izzack, good seeing you
John,
again.
great seeing you.
I have to go and get my jet ski license here, so I'll have to cut this short. But no, seriously, that's an inside joke. But thanks, Izzack.
Yeah,
we'll look forward to seeing you on the stream.
All right, man.